Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video in this series on how to pedal. This is video 2, so if you missed video 1, be sure to go check that out right now because it contains most of the foundational knowledge that we need to be able to learn the things that we need to in this video. But as a quick recap, last time we talked about not pedaling, we learned how to properly pedal with proper technique, and we learned how to connect two notes when pedaling. Today we're going to be moving into what I'm calling expressive pedaling or pedaling for emphasis. This is where things begin to get a little bit more interesting and have a little bit more musical flair to them beyond just connecting notes. Hey, real quick, if you enjoy this sort of content and you find it helpful, you might be interested in a guide to practicing that I've written to help you be more efficient and more effective when you practice. You can download it at the link down in the description below. So go and check it out because it will help you implement a lot of the things that we are talking about in this video. And now let's get right back to it. The pedaling technique itself with the heel on the floor and the depressing of the pedal stays exactly the same, but its application and its purpose will change slightly. So our first pedaling technique is on-beat pedal. On-beat pedal is an interesting application of pedal, which is a little bit different than what we've seen before. Before, our foot came down after we played the note, whereas with on-beat, we're going to come down while we played a note. The pedal comes down with the note. What this does is create a louder tone, a more resonant tone, and a tone that feels more spacious overall. And as you'd expect, we mainly use this for fortes, fortissimos, accents, and sforzandos, things of that nature. We use these a lot in places where you expect the tone to be louder and a little bit more aggressive. So a lot of times in Beethoven, when you don't want to sound harsh, you use on-beat pedal for certain chords so that it gets louder without acquiring that sort of like harsh articulation to it. And so the way that we're going to practice this is we're going to play chords again. This time it doesn't matter which chords you're playing, but as you come down with the note, come down also with your foot and depress the pedal. What you should get is a tone that's louder than if you had not used the pedal at all, but it also should not sound as though you've been holding the pedal before. Holding the pedal before gives a different tone, and a lot of times can make the soundboard ring in weird ways. So we don't really want that. And if you were holding the pedal before you play the chord, you'd be pedaling and smearing a lot of other things before. So we want to practice the fine control here, where the pedal comes down exactly with the chords. Again, practicing chord changes helps, because then you can't cheat by holding the pedal before, but anything of that nature will be beneficial for practicing this before you take that into a piece. And of course, when you're looking to apply this, you're mainly looking for, first and foremost, accents and sforzandos, but second, big chords in forte or fortissimo sections. Those are prime times to be using on-beat pedal to expand the tone and to make it perhaps a little bit more aggressive and a little bit louder. Another application of on-beat pedaling beyond just making the tone louder and more aggressive is to create a little bit more space. Part of the way that you on-beat pedal is that you hold the pedal as long as the note is being depressed. So if you have a half note, a whole note, anything that's held for a certain duration, and you're pedaling all the way through, that helps the note ring more through the soundboard, because not only is that one note ringing, but it's causing all the other resonant frequencies in the piano to ring as well. And it hangs in a certain sense in the instrument a little bit longer, creating a more spacious and wider tone. For this application, you're also looking mainly for accents, sforzandos, fortissimos, and fortes, and big chords, but also notes that are held for longer. Now, on-beat pedal can also be used with something that I'm going to call pedaling the structure. Pedaling the structure merely means using brief moments of on-beat pedal to create certain emphases within a melodic structure. Why I view this as something slightly different than just normal on-beat pedal, even though it's not, is because normal on-beat pedal, I think it's easier to just explain as you use this when things are loud. But this we can use when things are quiet as well. When we have moments where the melody peaks, when we have a certain loud spots or articulations within a phrase, these are all moments that we can very briefly use a split second of on-beat pedal, even if the notes are fast, to create a little bit more atmosphere and a little bit more reverberance. Again, it is a fantastic tool for when you don't want to create a harsh tone when you want to play something louder, because you can afford to not have to put as much weight into the instrument or come down as hard on the keys, because you are getting more volume from the on-beat pedal. And that's it for this video. It's a little bit shorter than last video, but that's because last video was very foundational for precisely what we're doing in this video. This video was a more specific application on how we were going to use the pedal. And so go mess around with it and see what sort of tones and sort of sounds that you're able to create. If you have any questions about anything that I talked about in this video, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. If you'd like to discuss anything that I talked about in this video with me or anyone else in my communities, be sure to check out my Discord. The link is in the description down below. Subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more videos on how to pedal or learn how to play the piano better. Next time, we're going to be talking about textural pedaling, so keep an eye out for that video. And until next time, everybody, peace.
K-Leap